This is the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for Thursday, August 8th, show number 342. Well, I forgot to mention, part of the Evergreen Podcast Network.
Don't forget that.
Obligated to do that. It's Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, and a couple of guests joining us in the studio that may leave the cat out of the bag for those of you wondering. One of these guys is going to be making his dirt late model debut this weekend, so we'll be talking about that. Somebody who's been making waves in his dirt late model past couple weeks, Mr. Rusty Smith at Oakshade picked up the last two feature wins. Second in points there, going down the final stretch. We'll be talking to him momentarily. What else we got? Noah Wagner's joining us. He's got some
pretty exciting news
for that late model show. Part of I think it's technically called the Fall Fest.
Yes,
with the
at Fremont.
Yes, yep. Yes, and we'll be giving away some Mazda's Pizza for how many? And there was more, I think. There's a lot of stuff to talk about tonight that we have to get to. Oh, before we do that, I was going to play our new theme song here. This was, somebody made this for us. It's artificial intelligence.
For AI. Artificial people.
AI made this. There's no actual band, but this is check it out. That's pretty much it. You like that, don't you? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's your kind of music. If you ever been to Ron's shop, he listens to...
country and oldies.
Yeah. That doesn't quite fit the format
that wasn't
of
you?
your shop.
What's that?
You didn't like that?
Yeah. Not really.
It said Hammer Down. Anyway.
Yeah, what you could understand of it, Scott.
Speaking of that show at Fremont on, what's the day of that? The 11th. Friday the 11th.
Of October.
Part of the Hammer Down Clash, not series, Hammer Down Clash events, not a series, four individual events. Again, we're collecting sponsorships for all those events, and we actually have a few that have come on board. We got DCR Graphics.
I saw that.
They're going to be our tech sponsor. You saw that. I don't think I posted that yet. How would you know that? But we also got Victory Fuel is going to be our presenting sponsor for all four events.
Ooh,
nice.
They've come on board. They're going to give away a case of Victory Fuel to the winner at each of those shows, events, whatever you want to call them. Again, the Hammer Down Clashes starts with Saturday, the 28th of September at Oakshade Raceway. I believe that started off as $700 to win. It's now up to $750 with we spread the money throughout the purse in that. Millstream then on Sunday, October 6th. Then it's Fremont on the 11th of October, and the Nightmare Clash at Sandusky Speedway on the 19th. That's part of the reason we're not doing the series, is because we're three dirt tracks, one asphalt track.
Right, and some guys may choose not to run all of the tracks.
Yeah, I know that Corey had talked about putting a points thing together for that, so I'm not sure where that's at. I haven't talked to him in a week or so.
For the four shows? Or?
For the four shows, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and also somebody pointed out to me that why don't you get one at Waynesfield? So I may or may not have thrown an idea out to Jerry to talk to Larry, because they have that big harvest thing. I think it's like the following weekend after
Okay,
Sandusky's.
I was going to say, I don't think we want to be part of a big weekend.
The classes were to be announced.
Right.
So I just threw it out there. I don't know what's going to happen, but anyway, if you want to become a sponsor of all those events, any of those events, whatever, check out clash.hammerdownracingreport.com. That's where I made a page on our website. It has all the information on there. It's got all the dates. Going to update the payoffs, 1st through 20th or whatever it is for each track. I got those updated as much as I can right now. Some of the purses have yet to be finalized as far as the base thing. And you have some exciting news for the Fremont show. Not just the late models, but also for the stocks versus trucks. So
absolutely,
we'll be talking about that as well. But if you do want to get involved and be a sponsor of that, like Victory Fuel and DCR Graphics, get a hold of me. You can email us at hammerdownracingreport@outlook.com. Send us a message on Facebook. There's a form at clash.hammerdownracingreport.com that you can fill out, get information on there as well. And we'll call you. And you can also call the Hammer Down hotline. What's that number, Ron? Because I never remember it.
419
318.
318, yep. 3781.
No. 3081. You're close.
Yeah.
419-318-3081.
Don't put me on the spot like
Somebody's going to get a bunch of calls there. Crazy stuff. And also tonight we'll be giving away another one of the brand new Hammer Down Racing Report window stickers courtesy of DCR Graphics. Just type in #DCR in the comments of the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, and you'll get yourself entered. We'll do that drawing at the end of the show. And I was also informed that the Best of Toledo City paper puts that out. We were nominated like the first 3 times. We got it. We were one of the 5 or 6 nominees for the first few years of that, and then they had winners that weren't really of Toledo for the podcast category.
And I think that's why we backed away from it, Scott, was that they were like national podcasts that happened to be maybe from the local area. And
so I don't know. I guess I kind of want to gauge the temperature of people, our audience, you guys, as to whether or not we should push for that or not this year. I haven't shared it. I don't have the link or anything on our Facebook page. I've done that before, but not this year. Not yet, at least. I think the nominations go until August, so there's still plenty of time.
It is August.
Maybe I meant September, yeah.
Okay.
It's been a busy week. Busy week. How about we do a Twitter poll? I'll put a Twitter poll up.
Okay.
And then next week we'll determine if we're going to
Could we do it? Could we make it an X poll?
That too, whatever it is. Something else too, since Twitter, you have to be a Premier member now to do the live stream. So we stopped live streaming on Twitter. We're only on YouTube and Facebook. We're also on Twitch now.
On Twitch?
This is our first show live on Twitch.
Okay.
I have no idea what our username is because I set it up like 3 years ago and never used it. But we're live on Twitch. You can probably find us.
Well, okay then.
So there you go. More useless information. Before we get to...
Do you want me to call Musk and see if he can make a special dispensation
for us? If you're in with him, you guys are like this, right?
We are.
Weird. Ramula Race Cars over there in Lambertville, Michigan. Give them a call, 734-856-7223. He's got race cars, parts, safety equipment, trailer service, everything a racer needs. Shop looked pretty empty the other day I was over there. So can you get people in there?
Oh, yeah.
You need some more work?
Work would involve people wrecking their race cars right now, and I'm burned out on wrecked race cars. So
fair enough. I also got to mention Victory Fuel.
We'll make room for them.
The official beverage of the Hammer Down Racing Report. And the Purple Potion, I believe, is out at Knoxville. From what I read, they have it at one of the booths at Knoxville Nationals. Yeah.
But we don't have it yet.
Not yet. Tanya said
soon.
Be patient.
Yes, we should have it. I saw Corey Scott also reached out too. So hopefully we'll have that soon, maybe by next week. Because we are running low on our supply here. We wouldn't want to run out of fuel, right?
Have to move back to Propel?
What? No. Victory Fuel, a refreshing and natural hydration alternative that replenishes electrolytes. It's packed with vitamins, providing a boost for athletes and individuals on the go. It's the perfect way to stay hydrated and energized throughout the race day or this program. Sometimes even just listening to this program, you're going to need your Victory Fuel. It's free of added coloring, caffeine, and carbonation. Victory Fuel is a great kid-friendly drink. You can get yours online at drinkvictory.com. And be sure to use discount code Domination or Conley Racing. You'll save 10% off of that, and you'll help fuel their racing programs. And it's available at Fremont. I think Dittman Motorsports carries it in their truck. Oakshade's got it.
I'm pretty sure Jamie got one last Saturday.
You probably had a lot of them. You win a lot.
I've had a few this year.
What's your favorite flavor? I know there's only the two with the purple potion coming out.
I like them both equally. They're both good, the lemon and the red one.
Yeah, I'm sorry we're out of the lemon. So that's why we all got the throttle punch.
You told
tonight.
me, I think.
Yeah, I know. I found one, though, for last week for you. It was in the back of the fridge.
And it was cold.
Yeah. Also got to mention Oakshade Raceway. We're the fastest meet to race this week, featuring a full racing program, late models, DCR Graphics, Sportsman, Dominator Superstocks, and the Compacts. Racing continuing every Saturday night through the end of September. We're wrapping up with that Hammer Down Clash on the 28th. Trucks versus stocks. Rules are also at that Clash hammerdown.com as well, which is the same as the Showdown rules.
And they're really pretty basic rules.
Pretty basic rules. It's the Fremont dirt truck rules with a few variations, and the Dominator Superstock rules at Oakshade with a few variations. Dirt Track Truck Series trucks are invited. Asphalt stock cars, as long as they meet the rules, are welcome to go. I know Gabrielle has been to a few
I
events.
think really the only thing that the pavement guys have to watch is that there can be no metal touching the ground, because they tend to run really low. So, yeah, we encourage them to show up.
And the big thing will be seeing how we do on the guys at Sandusky racing against. I think some of the asphalt guys will probably show up there, and
that's going to be fun.
Flex their dominance over the dirt guys. Yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. It doesn't work out so good all the time at the hangover race.
No.
But we're kind of going to be in their conditions, I think.
Now, the last hangover race, a pavement guy did win, though, didn't he, Scott?
Also got to mention Dominator Race Products, DCR Graphics, Dippin Motorsports, Freeze Frame Photos, and Magic Moment Entertainment.
Moving right along, huh, Scott?
Yeah, we got a lot to get to here.
You made it an exciting race, though.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I think we're talking about this past weekend. That wasn't a good thing.
No.
That was bad.
Nope.
Let's check out our racing roundup here before we get to Rusty Smith, our guest tonight.
Racing Roundup.
So a lot of action this past weekend, but not at Lima Land Motorsports Park. They got rained out Friday night. I believe they're the only track to get rained out, but they were the only ones running on Friday as well. Oakshade Raceway Saturday, Rusty Smith, our guest here in a little bit, he picked up his second late model win in a row after picking up his very first late model win the week before. So he backed it up.
His second late model win ever.
Yes. Ryan Davis picking up the win, DCR Graphics Sportsman. Shane Stuckey getting the win in the Dominator Superstock A-Main. And Ryan Oakley getting the win in the Compact A-Main. I believe that was his second in a row as well. Derek Zuver was the B-Main winner in the Superstocks. Ben Lantis in the Compact B-Main. Fremont Speedway, Caleb Henry picking up the win in the AFCS 410 Sprints. He had a pretty wild accident last night at Knoxville.
I didn't see that.
So, yeah, it was pretty wicked. He's going to be on the show, I believe, in 2 weeks.
Right.
2 weeks from tonight. So looking forward to talking to him. Hopefully he's got a backup car or something so he can keep things going down there at Knoxville. I haven't heard it. I fell asleep before the feature last night, so I haven't heard anything since then. Also at Fremont last week, this guy picking up the win in the non-wing sprint.
Yep.
What non-wing sprint were you running?
I was running Blaine Keckler's 305, kid that drives for me, works out of my shop. I didn't feel like he was ready to be doing that yet, so I just said, I'll use your car.
And were they all 305s?
No.
Okay.
No, it was any steel block. There was a handful of the 305 regulars that took the wings off and ran it.
Nice.
The McCune family showed up, Scott, not knowing that there wasn't a 305 show. So they panicked and took the wing off and made some chassis adjustments. And actually, young Jim looked pretty good.
All right. And
until he didn't, but that's another story.
Oh, he looked good.
Right.
Dustin Keegan picking up the win in the dirt trucks. Flat Rock Speedway, Paul Pelletier winning in the Outlaw Super Late Models. Matthew Elsley Jr. Getting the win, National Compact Touring Series action, race Metapedigan in the factory stocks.
You did it.
Flowed right over that name. Butler Motor Speedway on Saturday night. Keith Sheffer Jr. picking up the win in the 410 sprints. Todd Sherman again. He's like, he's just kicking butt and everything now. He got the win in the modifieds up there. Eric Swan winning in the street stocks, and Hunter Jewett winning in the 4-cylinders. I heard that name, and you know what name popped in my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Any relation?
I don't believe so.
Not related to Larry.
I don't think so.
Angola Speedway over there in Indiana on Saturday. It was Brent Jack picking up the win in the late models, Kyle Henselman in the front-wheel drives, Jonathan Gatton in the modifieds, and Zach Henderson winning. I guess they had a couple street stock features out there. He picked up the win in both of those street stock features. World of Outlaw Case Construction Late Model Series action, USA Nationals at Cedar Lake Speedway. Last Thursday, rain forced a doubleheader for Friday. Bobby Pierce picking up the afternoon win there, and then Friday night it was Ryan Gustin picking up the win. Saturday, Bobby Pierce winning the 56-lap rain-shortened feature event. World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series action, the Ironman 55 at Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55 on Friday with Kyle Larson. Started 21st and won. It's a
Boring.
regular drive in the park, or Sunday drive for him. Saturday picking up the win as well. And then Knoxville Nationals on Wednesday last night. Giovanni Selzy picking up the win. And I missed that. But that's where, what's his face? Caleb Henry had that nasty crash in his heat race. So hopefully he'll be back in action. Again, the Knoxville Nationals continuing tonight through Saturday. Hammer Down Racing Army results. We actually had some people submit the results. So again, if you're in the Hammer Down Army, you have one of these stickers on your car, you can get them for $5 from DCR Graphics if you don't win one.
Or you can win them here.
Stick them on your car, shoot us a picture. You be part of the Hammer Down Racing Army, just like Peyton Hovis, one of our newest recruits. He finished 11th in the Compact B Main on Saturday at Oakshade. James Stamper finishing 5th in the Compact A Main at Oakshade. Actually, all these were Oakshade results this week. John Young finishing 13th in the A Main. Kurt Dickey, one better, 12th in the Dominator Superstock A Main. And I finished 17th in the Superstock.
Yeah, what was up with that, Scott?
A guy spun in front of me, and I had two options. As I posted on my thing, I had two options. I could have T-boned the guy spinning in front of me.
You were going to hit him,
or I
one way
could
or the
spin
other.
to avoid him. I didn't touch the guy that spun.
Oh.
The guy behind me, he had two options too. I think maybe not, but he chose option A and just. So I'm gonna cut my tire down. My crew couldn't decide which tire to put on in time to get back out to the track, so we were done. It happens. Dominator Race Products has what you need to be in winner's circle. Dominator, with 30 years of experience, puts you out front. Check out their newest product, the Dominator Racing Stool. I keep seeing a lot of these. They gave one to Turbo, I think, at the Summer Nationals. Do you have any yet, Ron?
Any what?
Any of the new stools?
No, I don't.
They're cool.
Yeah, I've seen them.
You can get them in blue and white, and it'd match your truck.
Right.
Everybody would know what okay, never
What
mind.
happens if next year I go back to green and
Well, then
white?
you'll have to get another stool.
Oh.
They have a lot of them. It's available in a variety of colors. Don't forget about the modified valance kits, the ultimate body brace kits, plastic modified and late model rear spoilers. I forgot to talk to him because you got something about a rear spoiler, don't you?
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
We'll get to that. You can order direct from Dominator Race Products at DominatorRaceProducts.com. Call 419-923-6970. Dominator Race Products are also available from your local reputable and non-reputable race shops. Right, Ron?
Absolutely, yeah.
Dippin Motorsports.
They should have some white pavement late model fender flares heading towards my shop either today or tomorrow. So,
Just that you're going to have in stock, or that somebody ordered?
nope, somebody ordered them.
Oh, okay, so
Somebody from way up in Michigan. Going to make the trip down to Ron Miller Race Cars.
who is also in Michigan.
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
It's crazy. Dippin Motorsports, the official Hoosier Racing Tire dealer for Northwest Ohio. He's got parts, race car service, bodies, whatever. He does the parts truck serving Fremont and Oakshade. And you can call, order stuff, 419-283-8580. And as we mentioned, DCR Graphics, your vinyl racing graphics provider. They do full wraps, partial wraps, number decals, sponsor decals. You can call or text Dale at DCR Graphics at 419-308-9523. Check them out at Facebook, facebook.com/DCR Graphics. And apparently they're back to doing the designs for the Hammer Down Racing game coming out. If you want a late model, a stock, or a modified, $20. He'll design one. It'll be in the game. He's going to do one for you, by the way, for free.
Really?
Yeah, just to be in the game.
All right.
That's okay?
That's
I was
fine.
supposed to ask if that was okay.
No,
I told him to go ahead. I didn't think
it's fine.
Okay. So, yeah, still some time to get in that. That game is supposed to be coming out in November. Looking forward to that.
Any chance to dump Scott Hammer, I'm in.
You can also save, he's got a new deal going on. You can save 22% now through the end of August on window sticker orders of 50 or more. So if you got your car number or a little sticker, something like this even.
I was going to mention that. I thought you had kind of floated on past it. But
No.
that's
He's
a good deal.
He's celebrating his birthday by giving back.
It's a good deal.
So you can get, and the price that he charges, which I won't say because it's not bad. It's very cheap.
reasonable.
Especially when you buy in bulk like that. So, again, give them a call. 419-308-9523. You can also order your Hammer Down Race Report window sticker, though, too, which is $5, which I believe is more. That's well more than your own custom ones. Because this is very special.
And they look really good, Scott.
Yeah. All right, how about we ring up our first guest? We're a little late getting to him anyways here. And apparently I was talking to Dean. I think we're having Devin Moran back on the show next week.
Oh, cool.
So he said, how about we have Devin back on? I thought he was talking about Devin Shields.
Right.
So I was going to go with that, and he called. That's who I was talking to when you guys walked in.
Yep.
Like, I'm glad we figured that out, because I would have been promoting the wrong Devin there. So we're all good. Search Rusty. Let's get him on here. Again, Rusty Smith coming off his 2 feature wins in the late models there at Oakshade.
Hello?
Hey, Rusty. Hammer Down Racing Report. Scott Hammer, Ron Miller. We have Jamie Miller in the studio. Noah Wagner in the studio is with us as well. We got everybody in here.
Nice.
First off, want to say congratulations, man. You got 2 wins in a row. I mean, did you expect after picking up your very first late model win last week, or I should say the week before last, that you would follow it up with another?
I was hoping.
What did you do to find the speed?
Every time.
What did you do to find the speed?
Just mess around with some shock settings and till something hit.
So did you make those changes then, figure out the shock combination there before your first win?
Yeah, actually, was the night before, last weekend when I won, it was after the heat race. The car was just felt like crap during the heat race. It was pushing and had no traction coming off, so made a couple adjustments and felt good for the future, and that's where I left it at all this week.
So have you made any adjustments for this coming weekend?
Oh, no. It's just going to stay here until the car sucks again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yep.
So I don't know how much you pay attention to the points. Do you pay attention to the points? And do you? I'm sure you're aware you're in.
Not really.
But you are aware you're in championship contention, right?
Yeah. It was never even a thing this year.
But it's a thing now.
Yeah, maybe closer now, but whatever happens, happens.
I got you. What would I mean if it does happen? What would it mean to you winning a late model track championship out at Oakshade?
It would mean a lot. That's what I wanted to do ever since I was a little kid.
It'd mean he'd have to be back next year to do it again.
Maybe.
Maybe. How many years have you been running full time in the late models? It's only been a couple, right?
I had 1 full year, my rookie year. And last year we had a engine get done late in the season, and then after a couple of weeks we had a couple of issues with us. We pulled it back out, and we had a handful of nights last year.
Okay.
So we got maybe like 2 full seasons under our belt right now.
Now, you're trailing Carter Murday, and he has not been helping you out. I know you say you're not watching the points, but he's finished right behind you the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you probably don't have any other strategy but to go out and win, right? That's all you can do.
That was all my plan this year anyways, just try to win.
Okay, so how many more wins do you predict you're going to have before the end of the season? Not just the point season. I mean, all the way through the end of the year.
Predicting or hoping?
Scott, I'll help him out because we know that being on tonight's show means he's going to probably win next Saturday.
That's true.
If that's the case, I'll be on her every Saturday or every Thursday.
Well, we had Kyle Moore on a few weeks ago, and I don't think I guess he did lose this past weekend, but
right.
That was about a month or so ago, and he went on a month tear, winning everywhere. So,
yeah.
And have you raced at any other tracks this year besides Oakshade?
We went to the Summer Nationals race up in Butler.
That's right. Okay. You planned on hitting any other tracks before the end of this year, such as the race coming up at Fremont?
The plan was do Fremont, do Millstream, and the Kokomo Clash.
Awesome. So what would you say has been the biggest win of your career so far, and why?
I would have to say last week in the first late model victory.
Now, you won a couple of races with a sportsman car, didn't you?
Yeah. We've had some. We won the sportsman modified duel. I won a couple of the championship nights in the sportsman, but late model, that's the top notch. That's what you want to do.
So now that you got 2 wins under your belt, do you feel that your expectations of yourself are a little bit higher now?
Yeah, I finally say I can say I did it.
Okay. So what one race that you haven't won yet that would mean the most to you to win?
I have to go with the birthday race just because it's Oakshade, my home track. That's their biggest race, and that's what everybody shoots for. Anybody that is a late model driver at Oakshade.
So does that mean you're going to be back in a late model next year, no matter what happens at the end of this year?
Most definitely. We'll have late model and hopefully get the sportsman back out at sometime even this year, next year.
Double duty?
Yeah, that's the plan. Probably after points. It's a lot of work trying to get 2 cars done.
I believe it. Here's a question that I've always wondered. Why are all the Smiths 71?
Well, we got the number after my dad.
Okay.
He raced back in the late 80s and early 90s. His first car that he raced was a bomber. It was a 71 Dodge Monaco. So that's where he got the number 71 from.
Gotcha. So, and everybody else all the other Smiths have to have a 71?
We just took it over.
That's to intentionally confuse the scorers up in the tower?
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of like the Smith and the Conleys. There's just a lot of 71s.
Okay. So we have a new competitor that's going to be coming out to Oakshade this weekend who's here in the studio, Mr. Jamie Miller. He's got a few wins in open wheel cars and dirt trucks. Any advice that you'd give to him being the first time in a late model out at Oakshade?
From the sounds of him, I think he already knows. He already knows how to wheel a car.
You're not going to give him any help?
He doesn't need any help.
And he's not going to get any from you, right?
Just watch out for the big hole in 4.
I keep hearing about it.
I was going to say that.
There you go. So what sponsors or crew do you want to give a shout out to for helping you out this year?
I got to thank my brothers, Matt and Joe, Drew. They all help. Jim at the track, he's a big help. My buddy Ken, he hasn't been there the last week or so. He's having some health issues, but praying everything's good and everything goes good. Got to thank Rocket Chassis, Afterburner Shocks. My family.
Wasn't there a restaurant on your car, or was that on Drew's car?
No, there's no restaurant on my car.
Okay.
I just
VCR graphics.
Oh yeah.
Good folks there.
I just thought of a conundrum.
What?
We have Jamie and Rusty both on the show, and both are supposed to go on to win. How's that going to work out?
Dead heat.
Dead heat. So apparently, Rusty, you and Jamie are going to finish at a dead heat.
All right, that sounds good.
Share the victory. Okay. Well, cool, man. We wish you the best of luck, and And I'm going to guess that you're going to glance at the points if things keep going the way they are. You got about 4 more weeks. We wish you the best of luck.
I appreciate it.
Ignore the points, but good luck with them.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're one of the, everybody, I wouldn't say everybody. There's a few drivers that are okay with point racing, but are you one of the drivers that hate point racing?
I'm not really big into it. The 2 years I run the Sportsman Championship, I never planned on running all year, running for points, and it just, whatever happens, happens.
That's right. Well, for most, when you start running for points, you start thinking of other things, and maybe lagging back a third is probably good enough when maybe you could have got the win. So it's probably better to just go out and try and win every night, right?
That's the best thing to do.
How's that working, Scott?
He's done it twice in a row now.
No, for you.
Shut up.
Are you going to win this weekend?
I don't think
you're on the show.
I don't think that it's like the opposite of a curse. What would that be?
I don't know.
I don't. It doesn't work for me for some reason. So I don't know. We'll see.
So maybe next week I'll host and I'll call you up.
There you go. I like that idea.
And see if that works.
Okay. That sounds like a good deal. All right. Well, I know you're on vacation this week. Looking forward to seeing you back out there Saturday at Oakshade, Joe. Pleasure talking to you.
Not Joe. Rusty.
I'm Rusty. Sorry.
It's the other 70.
Well, at least I didn't call him Drew.
That's right.
Sorry about that, Rusty.
You're good.
All right, man. We'll see you out there Saturday.
All right. Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, Rusty.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.
This is why I shouldn't be an announcer. There's too many Smiths, too many names.
Yeah.
Terrible with names.
I don't think there's any other Smiths, though, is there, other than the family?
What, Drew and Joe?
Yeah.
I don't know that they were racing this past weekend, but
but I'm just saying I don't think there's any other Smiths other than that family.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Smith's a real common name.
It is. You're right. I do believe you are correct there. We're going to talk to these two folks here in just a second. Got to pay a couple more bills here. If you mention the Hammer Down Racing Report when you contact Magic Moment Entertainment, you will get $100 off your reception DJ service, courtesy of Magic Moment Entertainment. Ron Burt works with contracts. He carries liability insurance, never charges for mileage or dance floor lighting. It's all included. He's been in business for over 30 years. Magic Moment takes pride in working closely with couples to make your special day perfect. He covers the entire states of Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Kentucky. If you're outside of that, such as Australia, there are a few additional charges possibly. So just because you're not in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana doesn't mean you can't get them. Yeah, you just might get mileage, though. It's those within those states, you're fine. You're good. He does wedding receptions as his specialty, but he also does corporate events and mitzvahs. Give him a call, 419-594-2261. Find him on Facebook, Magic Moment Entertainment, or you can find him under Ohio Sports Splits. And he said that he had a few up in Michigan last month, Curtis, or from leads from our show. So we appreciate the folks that listen to support our sponsors.
And he does a great job. So.
Absolutely. And I'm sure there's some people that listen to the show that have bought some photos from Freeze Frame Photos.
You think?
I think so. Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lane. They do custom print magnets, canned koozies, tumblers, and other gift items. Even these cool little coaster things here. Here, let's switch off of this here.
They're not coaster things. They're cup holder insulators.
Coaster things. They're like cup holder coasters.
Okay.
It's got the little notch there. It's like Pac-Man. But anyway, give them a call. No, it's on the next page here. 419-407-6994. You give Charlie a call, and they do graduation photos, other things besides racing photos, but racing photos, of course, their specialty. So, Freeze Frame Photos, Magic Moments, frozen in time. And now, let's talk to our guests here. I guess we don't have Rusty Smith on the phone. We can take that off. So we have Noah Wagner and Jamie Miller. Noah, let's start with you real quick.
Yeah.
You have some stuff going on at Fremont for the Fall Fest coming up on October 11th. Start with the late model portion of things.
Yeah, so the late models is Dean Gensman Memorial. You remember Dean Gensman, obviously.
Yeah, I've raced against him.
Yep. 53 to win. I think that's pretty cool.
5,353.
Yep. Dee's number was 53.
Right.
So talked to the Gensman family and talked to Rich Farmer. He said, if you get me X here and X there, we can make it happen. And they stepped right up, and it was done within maybe 2 hours.
A lot of our listeners will remember race cars with D's LP on it.
Yes.
LP propane supplier down in the Fremont area.
Yep. And a lot of people made this happen. This just wasn't the Gensman family. Can't thank Tyler Borak and Buckeye Custom Concrete enough.
Right.
Rush Slink Race Cars, Domination Race Cars, they stepped up. Farm Marcellus, Matt Carmody, he stepped up, sponsored a heat race. Terry Hendricks Dodge over there in Napoleon.
And that's a fair ways away from Fremont. So.
Yes. And
so it's a pretty big area that that's going to be involved with the program.
Mm-hmm. And JRC Transport out of Fremont as well. They really stepped up and sponsored a lot on this ticket. So it will pay $200 for a quick qualifier as well.
And that's for the late model class.
Yep, the late model class. And we have plenty for the stocks and trucks, too, to try to help you guys out. And I think you guys will be the highest paying purse out of the four. I'll just go on a little limb and say that.
Wait, who's going to be the highest paying purse?
The stocks, trucks.
The four races.
The Fremont race.
I got you.
Yes.
So is that a challenge? Is the gauntlet been thrown down?
It's going to happen.
Okay.
See if somebody else steps up, Scott.
Well, before you get to the stocks versus tribe, we're calling it the Hammer Down Clash stuff now.
Yes.
Before we get to that, what makes this race so special to you? Why were you so involved in helping this event out?
So I'm a huge. If Ron knows me, Jamie knows me. I'm a huge late model guy. I am a guy caught in sprint car country.
Caught in sprint car country.
Yes. Race late models years ago. Ran around with Rush Slink for a little bit as well. And Bill Hahn was my best friend. We had the Bill Hahn Memorial last year in honor of Bill. God rest his soul. And this year, talked to Rich about it. I had last year. This race could have happened, and I had to turn down money because the other promoter at the time wanted the stocks and trucks to pay just as much or more than late models.
He wanted that to be the main event.
Yeah, well, so
and
do
the late
I,
models were
that's
kind
okay.
of yeah.
And the people who wanted to put the money up, they wanted it all to go late models, and I had to turn away money. I hate to say that, but that's just what.
Hey,
it was.
we would have taken it.
So this year, I worked with Rich, talked to him. Rich is the easiest guy to work with, honestly. We literally have 5-minute conversations. I say, this is X, Y, and Z. It's not like you got to take him to a walleye game and smooth him over. He's a great guy.
Okay. So what, you also have some sponsorship additions lined up for the stocks versus trucks?
Yes.
As well. What do we got going on there, and who's the sponsors?
Yep. So Boar Window and Glass, they're going to sponsor heat race number 1. Marcus Gagne and Gagne Farms is heat race 2. Elmore Automotive, that was a new one. They stepped up for heat race number 3. Fremont Fence, loyal guy,
Right.
coming back again for 4. And M&L Excavating out of Fremont is going to do heat race number 5. And then Quick Time will be $100 for the Hammer Down Clash.
Nice.
I had to get that plug right. And then the night sponsor, Black Swamp Heating and Cooling, just came on. They're going to sponsor the whole night, and I know that's going to get spread
In the purse.
evenly
Okay.
with the purse as well. We had Rich Farmer on last night, and I really should have talked to him about this, and I kind of dropped the ball. So I don't know your guys' purse yet, but like he said, it's early.
Right.
We want to get this out there now to get the ball rolling. Don't wait 2 weeks and then, here we are.
Exactly, yeah. And if sponsors come on board now, they're going to get more bang for their buck than if you wait till like a
because
week
we'll be
before.
mentioning them weekly.
Exactly.
100%.
Such as Victory Fuel,
Absolutely.
presenting sponsor of the 4 Hammer Down.
And we can't forget
clashes.
Gene Steele, who stepped up during last week's show.
I haven't been able to get a hold of him again.
Really?
Yeah, we're not mentioning names though until we actually collect the money.
Yep.
So, jumping ahead of there.
And same as
He'll,
Rich.
he'll be good.
Yeah.
I had to get this all solidified before we could
Yeah.
do any of this. Also, there'll be an Australian Pursuit. So
I thought Rich didn't want to do all the special races. You talked him into that?
I talked into one.
Okay.
And the one because it's,
and that pursuit race will be for the late models.
yes, late model.
Okay.
Top 8 qualifiers that transfer. It will be for Bruce Berryman. He used to race number 2 car, late
Right.
model. And so it pays $1,002 a win. And
For
then-
just the Australian Pursuit race.
Yep.
Wow.
And then $302 for second. Courtesy of Berryman Racing Shocks out of Fostoria. They put up the first price. And then the second place is Scott Gressman and Gressman Power Sports.
That's pretty cool.
And again, this is all coming up on Friday, October 11th
Yes.
at Fremont Speedway.
Yep.
for
So
that.
bring family out. It's going to be amazing. It should. Last year's feature was probably the best feature I've ever seen in my own 2 eyes. Rusty Schlenk getting a flat on lap 1, and then came through the whole field and won.
And it was an exciting race to watch.
And the car looked the same from when he took the green flag to the checker flag. Didn't dirty nobody. Didn't bump out of the way. I mean, Fremont's tight quarters.
Yeah,
For a late model.
it is.
So it was great to see. I can't. If that happens again,
I don't think I got to see that race.
it was
I
awesome.
think I was in staging.
Now, were there other classes besides the late models and the stocks versus trucks on that night?
No.
Okay.
Just the 2 classes, I believe.
2 classes, and then the other division had a lot of other races as well.
Right.
The call-out race, and
Yeah, there was a lot. Yeah.
they had a lot going on.
And again, each track is the Hammerdown Clash thing. We're just trying to do the money. We're not. Each track's going to be running their own show for the stocks versus trucks.
Yep, absolutely.
So things may be a little different from one track to another. There's still some things I think up in the air, even with some of the tracks, as far as if we're going to qualify or not. I think obviously, I guess since there's an award at Fremont and it's a normal thing for Fremont to do.
Yes, they will be
makes sense.
qualifying.
Okay.
And then a huge shout out to Jamie Miller, giving $200 for the longest tow for the late models.
Longest
Whoa.
tow, huh?
I don't know, trucking company.
Fair enough.
And Dominator Race Products too. We'll connect the dots on that.
Okay.
So
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
So we cover all the sponsors there?
yes,
Okay.
everything's covered on my end.
Awesome. So what, now, here was the big news. Well, I mean, that's big news too, but what role did you play, did you play any role in getting Jamie into a dirt late model?
Absolutely not. He
Okay.
bought that off Chester Fitch, and I'm really good friends with Rusty Schlenk. We went there Monday night, and I think we changed everything but the motor, seat, transmission, and drive shaft.
That sounds about right. I know we were busy. I think we were there about 7 or 8 hours. It seemed like going through the car.
So that's a domination race car then?
Yeah, it's one of Rusty's cars.
Okay. So what made you decide to buy a late model? How many? Well, I guess before we get to that, how many other cars do you own, and what are they?
I just own a late model.
Okay, you don't own any of the other cars
He
you drive?
drives for other people.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
He's a hired gun.
There you go.
I own a late model and a truck and trailer and a motor.
So why'd you decide to buy a late model?
I grew up late model racing when I was 13, 14, 15 years old, traveling around with Tim Sabo. I mean, we were at Oakshade every Saturday. I would go with Tim, and my dad raced 305s too, but I was always with Tim doing the late model thing. And then I got into the sprint cars as I got older and kind of did that. And I drove when Fremont did the crate division and the steel block thing. I ran that for the 3 years, got a win at Fremont in the late model, and I just always wanted to get my own, and I finally bought one here last winter, and we're going to see what happens.
I know that the announcer talked about it last week. How many wins do you have in the various classes at Fremont?
That was my 51st win at Fremont.
And that one was special because it was your first in a non-wing car?
That was not my first non-wing win.
Wasn't
I ran non-wing for half a season. I actually am pretty good at it.
Oh,
I'm actually pretty good at it, Ron.
Yeah.
I think that would have been my overall, probably around my 10th or 12th non-wing
Wow.
win.
I thought that Gary had said something about that, but maybe
Brian. Yeah, he did announce that, and he when I was out of the car doing the interview, and I'm like, I won the first ever boss race here too.
So, working with Sabo, did you ever get to run a regular full-blown late model? Did he let you run it at all?
Not when I was with Tim, but when I was doing the steel block thing out of Steve's shop, I did run Steve's car a couple nights here and there.
So technically, then, this isn't your first
rodeo
in a dirt late model.
I've drove a late model. So,
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to
But it's the first time in your own dirt late model.
It's the first time in my own car, and hopefully we fare well.
Hopefully you fare well. Now, will you, since it's your own car, will you drive it any differently than you would like your sprint car?
I can answer that.
Since it's
Scott.
somebody
Hell
else's?
no.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, he drove for Ron Miller earlier this year.
That's right.
I did.
Yeah.
That was a good working truck.
Where'd you end up finishing with Ron's truck?
Second.
Second, okay.
He was the first loser.
I was.
Did you show Ron how to drive it?
I
He
came
did.
from the tail.
What was the not Ron sticker about?
Something that Gumby put on there. He just wanted to make sure that in case there were any enemies made along the night, people knew who was in the truck.
Oh, I thought maybe you had enemies before I got in it.
No. That was a Gumby thing.
So what are your expectations Saturday night? I mean, are you going out expecting to win in this car the first night out, or what would you be happy with?
I mean, you always want to win,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's my first time in a late model in a couple of years. We're just basically want to go feel the car out and see how the night plays out, and just have a decent night.
So since it's Rusty's car, he built it. Did he give you any expectations as to what you're going to feel?
No, not really. I think he kind of trusts me as a driver, being in the car, and I've done it before, so it's
Right.
We're kind of gonna just see what happens and see how it goes, and if I need to, I'm gonna call him up and say, hey, I don't like this. We got to change something, but I don't think we're gonna have that problem.
You'll be probably pitted near Rusty, so you can say, hey, dude, what's going on?
Well, if he's not there, we can always call him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rusty will not be there.
He won't?
No.
Okay.
Iron Man,
that's right.
Iron Man race.
Iron Man, yep.
So what? I mean, you're still running the dirt truck. You're still running the 305. There was supposed to be another possible announcement. Can you say anything about that?
Not yet. Okay. I mean, there is some things in the works, but nothing solidified yet. We're
got to cross the T's, dot the I's, all that
exactly. There's got to be some lines drawn and all that good stuff. But
let's narrow it down. Does that potential have fenders?
No.
Okay. We won't ask any more questions.
So, what, I mean, with assuming there's that, and then you have the dirt truck, you have the 305, now you got a late model. What's your priority?
Chili Bowl.
All
Chili
of them.
Okay.
Well,
I'm assuming, with 305s and the trucks, you're leading the points, aren't you?
I am leading the points.
In the 305.
I'm not a points racer. If we win them, we win them. I'm there to win features. That's what I'm there to do. And if I win the points, I win the points.
Okay. But you're not placing any priorities over one car or the other?
Not this late in the year. I mean, I'm going to be busy if everything happens. I'll be busy as a driver the rest of the year at both tracks, and wherever else we go, we're going to run multiple divisions and just try to keep my skills up, I guess. And every one of them is different to drive, and it's just come natural to me. I don't have any delay when I get into one. I know what I'm doing, back and forth. And so, running 3 divisions is not going to bother me at all.
Can we expect to see you at Attica?
You can if everything works out.
Okay.
Everything it'll be there.
Doing double duty?
Yeah, I'm gonna concentrate on double duty at Attica. I don't know if I want to go triple there. At Fremont, I've done it.
Oh yeah.
The crews, you've got to, they're in all of the divisions. I got good crew guys. They know what to do. They know what I want, and I'll talk with them throughout the night what we need to do. And it's basically me grabbing a helmet and Hans and gloves and going from one to the other all night.
So I'm assuming that the race on the 11th of October at Fremont's on your schedule with the late model.
Yeah, we're definitely planning on
That'll
being
be a
there.
double duty night.
Yeah, I'll be in both. Run the
that's
Clash
right, your truck too.
And they're both same number now, right?
correct.
Yep.
The 4M.
Yep.
Okay.
What about Millstream? You going to hit Millstream in both or either?
I would sure like to.
Okay. Any other plans for the late model? this year?
Not right yet. I mean, I wanted to have that thing together a little bit sooner than what we got it. We still got to do some work, and we're working on hustling up some sponsors to, we want to get a stout motor in that thing and be able to compete wherever we go with it. So we're working on some things, and hopefully we'll do quite a bit more of that next year.
I was going to say, what are your long-term plans? I mean, do you want to run that different tracks? Any Ironman series, anything like that?
Next year I don't know if we might just hit wherever we're going to go. Just like the old Outlaws, we might just go to this place and that place, and we're not going to grab a Mid-American like you used to then, but we'll get online and we'll look up and maybe bounce around.
Summer Nationals?
I wouldn't mind going to Florida, to be honest.
That'd be nice. So if you get enough sponsorship, that may happen?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Now, what are you talking about the Chili Bowl National?
I'd take a midget ride.
He hasn't done it yet, and he could.
That's true.
He's proven that he's pretty versatile.
It'd probably be warmer there because it's indoors. So.
Yeah, buddy.
Right.
Yeah. Something fun to do in the winter. What about is the Gateway Dirt Nationals? That's invitational, isn't it?
That I don't know, but I'd love to run that race.
Talk to Rusty. He could probably get you in there.
He might know something about
yeah,
that.
He probably might. So you are leading the 305 points at Fremont and Attica. I know you don't care. What would getting the championship in both tracks this year mean to you? I mean,
it means a lot. Our goal is to win all three in the sprint. We got the AFCS title, the Fremont.
How are you doing? That's one thing I forgot to look up.
I'm leading all three.
I'm all three leading. Yeah.
We didn't have a great night last week or whatever, but we're still there. Hopefully, we're there. Last night, and we can finish strong. And I don't know exactly where I'm at in the truck. I know I'm in the top few spots. I wouldn't mind winning that one too, and then just get all four of them and then just quit points racing. I don't want to be that.
Never again.
Never again.
I'm not into it. But when you get this late in the year and you're leading or close, you kind of, like Rusty said, you look at them
and you look at that sheet once in a while.
Yeah, correct.
So when you win a lot, I'm sure other competitors may be coming out and saying, "Well, he's got to be cheating."
Of course,
right? So is that happening?
Oh yeah, we got
every week.
We got tech last time we showed up at Fremont. I mean, motor's legal. All of our motors are legal. We're not cheating. We're just the cars are good.
Or they haven't found it yet, right?
Maybe.
What about sponsors? Anyone you want to thank?
Everybody involved on all the cars. Jamie Miller Trucking, Foster Mod Shop, Ryan French Racing, Boca Construction. There's a list. I didn't bring a list with me, but there's a lot of people involved in making all these cars go around and giving me the opportunity to be in them and represent their businesses as a whole. It means a lot to me, and I want to keep doing it as long as I can.
Can't forget Tim Baker with the truck.
Correct. Yep. Tim's been a great choice driving his truck and being around Miller Truck. I really like the truck, and when I had to get in Ron's truck that night when we broke, it was just like riding a bike. It was really no different. Ron's truck worked just as good as Tim's, and the consistency in his trucks are there, and that's one thing nice to have.
When you have multiple vehicles you're racing with different sponsors, I'm assuming, does that make it hard to remember them all?
Well, most of mine are all sponsored by the same people, so that makes it a little simpler.
Keep it consistent then. Awesome. Well, you're making your debut Saturday night at Oakshade. Fremont's off this week. Are they off
the rest of the month?
Yeah, that's right, until the fair race, right?
Fremont is not off this week.
They have
the flat track motorcycles, yeah.
Right.
So
it'd be kind of cool to see.
It would be different.
Yeah.
Is that going to be on Dirt Vision?
I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know.
I would almost imagine it would be.
I'm curious about that.
If it is,
I want to watch it.
We're going to watch it from Oakshade.
Yeah, we've got our friends at Oakshade. Oh, look at that.
Good luck getting a good enough signal out there. But, yeah, if you do, let me know. Good luck on Saturday then. Looking forward to seeing you out there in the 4M.
Thank you.
What color is the car?
Black, green, and gray, I think.
Okay. Does it look at all new sheet metal on it, or?
It was a new body when Chester bought the car, and then he had Rusty put another one on it, and that one got set aside, and I got that body with the car when I bought it.
So it looks pretty good, though.
It looks decent.
It's not beat up.
No, it's not.
It looks real good.
It looks good.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you out there on Saturday. Good luck.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing that. I don't think, other than at Fremont, watching you kick my ass in the dirt truck, I get to see you race that much. So, Got some news to get to before we give away some Maz's Pizza. So let's do that now. We've already paid all our bills, so we're good for the rest of the show here. Stick around. Also, hashtag DCR. Put that in the comments if you want to win that window sticker, because we'll be wrapping things up here shortly.
Latest racing news.
So I guess NASCAR hosted 3 races in Brazil this weekend, since they are kind of having the Olympic break. And NASCAR Cup Series driver Daniel Suarez was running all 3 of them. In the first race on Saturday, he crossed the line first, but he was issued a 5-second penalty for rough driving after the finish.
After the finish?
After the finish, yeah. So
how's that work?
I'm not sure, but with the penalty, he ended up finishing. It doesn't say where he ended up with that, but Leo Torres was declared the winner then instead of Daniel Suarez. He did finish second, or no, he finished first later that day in another race. This time he had no penalty, so he went to victory lane, and then on Sunday he finished second. So Daniel Suarez racing down in Brazil. Trayton Lapcevich, hopefully I pronounced that right, was stripped of his Cars Tour win on Saturday at North Wilkesboro on Tuesday due to an unapproved part. Corey Heim was named the winner. The official statement from Cars Tour officials was following the ZMAX Cars Tour presented by Sound Gear Late Model Stock event at North Wilkesboro Speedway on Saturday night. Officials were made aware of an unapproved part on Trayton Lapcevich's winning late model stock car number 77. Upon further investigation, the Cars Tour technical officials and the team's owner, Chad Bryant, it has been verified that the unapproved part was indeed on the car throughout the event. Lapcevich's team, Chad Bryant Racing, admitted to misinterpreting the rule as it is printed, and Cars Tour management accepted that explanation. As a result, Lapcevich has been disqualified, and the finishing order will be amended to show second place, which I didn't understand that. If you're disqualified, you wouldn't be second place. But this is their statement, their quote from Cars Tour. Corey Heim receiving the first place payout. The purse distribution for the rest of the finishing order will be adjusted accordingly, unquote.
Scott, that sounds like one of those deals where the guy pitted next to you
said something. And that's exactly what happened. Somebody pointed out, said something, and apparently they found whatever it was.
The tour officials didn't catch it, but the guy pitted next door to him did.
I did read that Trayton's team, or him, the driver himself, said that what they said wasn't true and that they never had a illegal part or whatever, and they didn't admit to misinterpreting the right. He said, she said kind of thing there, I guess. Some sad news. Not terribly sad, but disappointing, frustrating news from Veronica McCann.
Oh, Scott.
I saw that. She was coming to the States to race.
If we didn't have so much going on, I was going to try to have a quick talk with her tonight. But
former guest on the show, Red Hot Ronnie there. She arrived stateside from Australia to run a dirt late model here based out of Tennessee. And first day with the team, she dislocated her ankle stepping out of a truck. They relocated her ankle, but she had damage to a couple of bones and will be speaking with an orthopedic doctor tomorrow to figure out the next steps, as she will be in a cast for a bit.
Yeah.
And she had a picture of her foot, and it
looked terrible.
Swelled up as big as a football. How bad would that suck to get to?
Yeah.
Fly all that time.
12,000 miles just to step out of a truck and break your leg.
Hopefully she does get to race before she goes back. I mean, I did it with a broken ankle. I wasn't supposed to, but yeah.
I didn't notice. Was it a right one or a left one?
That's what I was trying to think. I was trying to remember the picture. I think it was her left.
It seems like maybe it was her left.
So
she can use the throttle.
Mine was the right one, and I still was all right. But yeah. There was an article I read. I wish we had more time because I wanted to talk about this tonight, but it was on, I don't know if you ever check out OutsideGroove.com.
No.
They had an article on there that was titled, Want to Keep Short Tracks? ? Make them worth more. Based off of 411 selling because it was worth more or something else. And it kind of talked about local tracks, they're not making money except for the big shows. You get the bad weather nights, and only few drivers, few fans show up, and you still got to pay out the same purse, so it's not good for the promoter. But it talked about making the facility worth something more than just a racetrack. Make it's an entertainment venue,
right?
Which should be used. They cited like Charlotte Motor Speedway, which they said is used like 364 days out of the year. I don't know for what, but
Wow.
you could have concerts, flea markets, whatever. I don't know.
One of the talks that I had with a previous owner of Millstream Speedway, I had discussed that
GR?
with him. I had discussed that he needed to use it for more than
than testing.
Yeah, just 20 events out of 365 days a year. Obviously, it never came to fruition, but no, that's a very good business model.
Yeah. So and they said that the people that have a it was an interesting article. I should share the link. I'll put that on our Facebook page. But it went on to say people that that just kind of do this as a second job or a hobby kind of thing, that business model doesn't work anymore. It needs to be like a full-time kind of thing. So I don't know. Made it interesting. I think places like Attica and Fremont that are part of fairs, they're a little more stable.
A fairgrounds track, right?
Yeah. But it talked about, making the track a community center, because you got a parking lot, you got grandstands, you got infrastructure there that can be used for other things. So.
And if you're doing that, obviously you can expand the facility. You can add amenities that will draw people.
Well, and Toledo Speedway used to have the concerts.
Oh boy,
back
those
in the
were
day.
Huge.
Yeah.
Speedway Jam.
There you go. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. I'll share that on Facebook. You can read that in your own time. Also, Cole Macedo, I got some breaking news here. He is going to go World of Outlaw Racing in 2025.
Ooh.
Running for Todd Carlisle's 2C, I believe.
California racer that spent a lot of time in our area.
In our area, yeah. He's been on the show, too. So I just got that email before we came on tonight.
Very good.
From associate producer Dave Kemmer. And finally, we want to wish Zach Heiser, voice of the Great Lakes Super Sprints and over there at Horsepower Happenings, that podcast, the very best, as he's begun chemotherapy this week to overcome his battle with testicular cancer. So he's been very public with that and posting about that. So.
And it's a good thing at least he's starting the program very upbeat. He'll take a lot of encouragement to maintain that status.
Yeah, I think he started Monday. He's had therapies every day this week, so we wish him the very best, and hopefully he can get back out there soon. No Hammer Down hotline this week, other than some calls about sponsorship, so nothing really to play back. But again, if you want to call and sponsor one of the Hammer Down clashes, or want me to get a hold of you, give us a call, 419-318-3081. Or if there's something that you want to talk about, you can leave a message on there, text, whatever you want. 419-318-3081, and we'll play it back next week on the show. So last week's how many caution flags were going to be in the Dominator Superstock A main at Oakshade on Saturday?
Zip.
No.
I thought it went green at
No.
You were.
I was one of the cautions.
Yes, you were.
Yeah. So there was two. The previous 2 or 3 features, they went caution free. That was kind of why we did that.
Right.
I figured, I guess I jinxed myself with that one. That was a stupid move. We're not doing that again.
How do you bite yourself in the butt, Scott?
So there was 2. We already went over that. We're not doing it again. I said 0 because I was being optimistic. You said 1, so you are the show winner this week. We do have to spin the Mazza's Pizza Wheel this week to determine the winner of a large one-topping pizza and cheesy bread, courtesy of Mazza's Pizza in Point Place. So I guess I got to share this first so you guys can see that. Get our wheel in. We got 3 names on here this week. We have Bill Daniels, Brandon Bailey, and Hovis Racing. Hovis has been, they've been racking things up pretty good this past few weeks here.
They've been on a roll.
So here we go. It's not spinning. There we go. Either my mouse wasn't working or it wasn't working. For a large one-topping pizza, look at that. Hovis Racing once again. We'll get that. We'll put it under the name. They wanted the Toledo Speedway tickets.
Okay,
So
yes.
I'll put it under the same name as the Toledo Speedway tickets where Hovis Racing. You have 30 days to claim your pizza from Maz's Pizza over there in Point Place. Large one-topping pizza and cheese bread. Very good stuff, so congratulations. And coming up in a little bit, we'll do our DCR graphic sticker drawing. But before we do that, this week's how many?
How late are they open, Scott?
Maz's Pizza? I don't know. Why?
Oh, I'm kind of hungry. I was
Are you?
thinking maybe driving over that way, but
Probably at least 9.
I don't know.
Maybe
Okay.
10. Well,
Well,
here,
I
we can
did-
find out. There's
I-
this thing called Google.
Well, I didn't know if in our notes if it said.
I don't have all the information. Here we go. Closes at 9:30 today.
Ooh,
So you got
Plenty
some
of
time.
time.
There
I
you
can
go.
make it.
There you go. So let's hurry up and wrap things up here. We have this week's How Many, a chance to win this large one-item pizza and cheese bread from Maz's Pizza next week. How many positions will the winner of Saturday's Knoxville Nationals gain from the start of the race? So say the winner starts in 4th. He'll gain
3 spots
3. Yes, correct. Gain 3 positions.
because you
So
can't
that's an
count number 1.
Yes. So there you go. So if starts 6th, he gained 5 positions. So yeah.
Are you sending subliminal messages
Not at
to
all.
me, Scott?
Not at all. I have no idea where the winner is going to start. This one's pretty random, I'm thinking. I'm hoping. I would say it's probably not going to be more than, how many did start? 24 maybe? Or did they start more than
I
that?
don't know. Where
24,
did Where did Kyle Larson
He
start?
started 21st, but that was last week.
My guess is 7.
Okay. I'm going to say it's not going to be more than 24 probably. If you guess more than 24, you're probably not going to win. But again, you can guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or the YouTube Live. We'll give you until Saturday at 5 o'clock Eastern to get in on that. So if you're listening to us on the podcast, you can find the broadcast here and put that number in. You can only guess once. You guess more than once, you'll get black flagged. Noah, you said 7?
Yep.
And what do you got, Ron?
I'm going 1 under. Under
6?
Noah, I'm
Okay.
going 6.
Wait, I wrote that for me. Ha.
Jamie?
What do you think, Jamie?
I'm going to go 1 over and say 8.
Ooh. Well, in that case, I'm going 5.
Ooh.
I think the winner's going to start 5th.
So what if he starts on the pole? 0?
Then it's 0.
All right.
And whoever's closest wins. So that'd be me. As long as he starts 6th or higher, I'm good, right? Yeah.
And I believe Larson's racing that, right?
I believe so.
Ooh.
But do you know where he's going to start?
No.
There you go.
No, absolutely not.
So again, you have until 5 o'clock. Get your guess in the comments of our Facebook Live or YouTube Live, and we'll pick who as ever. They start 24 cars. So if you pick 25, then or if you even pick 24, you're not going to win.
No.
Well, I suppose unless nobody else picks 23,
Yeah.
and then technically you would be the closest. But anyway, getting into the weeds on
Boy,
that
your
one.
math's getting pretty sharp.
Let's
Scott.
talk about what racing action we have coming up this weekend, which would be this guy.
This weekend's racing menu.
It's our Mazda's Pizza racing menu. Friday night, the rescheduled Lima Land Motorsports Park King of the Quarter Mile Pit Party is going on. They're going to have the UMP Modifieds Thunderstocks Dirt Track Truck Series. Gates open at 5, racing at 7:30. General admission $12. That'll be the final race of the year for them.
It's hard to believe that.
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be last weekend,
Right,
so
it's-
they'd be
that
done.
Seasons are winding down.
Toledo Speedway in action tomorrow night as well. The Monroe Superstore R&M Recycling School Bus Figure 8 night with school bus figure 8s, boat figure 8s, late model sportsmen, and factory stocks. Gates open at 5, racing at 7.
Featuring Landon Schuster. and
Stillwell's
Young.
going to be out there? Is Stillwell going to be running?
Or
is he
yes,
staying with the-
I think they will be.
General admission is $21, and as I mentioned, racing starts at 7 o'clock there at Toledo Speedway. That's Friday night. Saturday night, you got a bunch of action to choose from. Fremont Speedway's, we mentioned earlier, it's the Flat Track Frenzy, featuring RPM flat track motorcycles. Gates open at 4, racing at 6:30, so it's a little bit earlier start time. General admission's $15 for that motorcycle show. Lorraine Raceway Park, it's back to school night. with Modifieds, Chargers, Pure Stocks, Ace Racing League, and Champ Carts. Gates open at 2:30, racing at 6 p.m. General admission $15 over there. Flat Rock Speedway, it's the Corrigan Race Fuels Detroit 100 with a 100-lap street stock feature. Figure eights, MCR Dwarf Cars also in action. Gates open at 4:30. Racing at 7, general admission $15. Angola Speedway, it's the Al Cook Jr. Memorial 88. Late models, modified street stocks, and front-wheel drives. Gates open at 4:30, racing at 7, general admission $18 there. Sandusky Speedway back in action with the Renegades Pure Stocks All-American Iron and beginner stocks. Gates open at 4, racing at 7, general admission is the incredible $1 again. Montpelier Speedway, back in action again for, I believe it's just the second race for them this year once they're getting things going. John Hasley Memorial, it's going to be UMP Modified Street Stocks and Hornets. Gates open at 5, racing at 7 p.m. General admission $12 there at Montpelier Speedway over there in Indiana. Oakshade Raceway, full show, late models, DCR Graphics, Sportsman, Dominator, Super Stocks, Compacts. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. General admission $15. You can see both of our guests we had on tonight out there competing against each other, as a matter of fact, Rusty Smith and Jamie Miller. Butler Motor Speedway, it's a 4-in-1 show. 410 sprints, UMP Modified Street Stocks, and 4 cylinders. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:30. General admission $15. And finally, Waynesfield Raceway Park, also in action this weekend. It's back to school night with the Boss non-wing sprints, Race Saver sprints, and Dirt Track Truck Series. Gates open at 5, racing at 7:30. General admission $20 at Waynesfield Raceway Park. What's the weather looking like for this weekend, Ron?
Perfect. One word, perfect, Scott. It's going to be cool. Like, it's not
upper
going to
70s and dry.
Upper 70s, maybe low 80s, no rain. Humidity.
Do I need to bring a jacket?
Humidity will be down. You might.
Okay.
Just a light jacket.
So nobody's raining out this weekend?
No, sir.
No. All right. That's what I like to hear. Other series action this weekend, the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Of course, the Knoxville Nationals continuing tonight through Saturday. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series down at Florence for the 42nd Annual Sunoco North-South 100. That starts tonight and goes through Saturday. Craftsman Truck Series action at Richmond Raceway. It's the Clean Harbors 250 on Saturday. That'll be on FS1 at 7:30. The Cup Series running at Richmond as well for the Cookout 400. That'll be Sunday, 6 p.m. on USA Network. Does that mean the Olympics are over this weekend?
What's that?
Are the Olympics over this weekend?
Maybe. I haven't been watching much.
No. Anyway,
the Olympics.
They're super exciting. Kubota High Limit Racing Series in action next Thursday night, the 15th. They're going to be at Thunderbolt Raceway in Tulare, California. And that is your Mazda's Pizza Racing menu. And it's time to give away the DCR Graphics or Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker, which, right there. If you haven't put hashtag DCR in, do that now.
You've just got a couple seconds.
You have a couple seconds while I read some comments. I see Nancy Schoenauer says, Scott, what? Get there before 9:30, Ron, if you want some best pizza in Point Place. I don't see it in the poll. Winner starts on the poll. Look at that. Bunch of people telling you when they're closing. Okay. There's one more entry, so let's draw for the sticker this week.
Mrs. Thriller.
What? Yeah. Nope, that's the Google. Here we go. Okay. Oh, it shot up to 25 entries. I had 21 a minute ago. Here we go for this week's Hammer Down Racing Report window sticker, courtesy of DCR Graphics. I saw Hova's Racing in there. And Cheryl Desgrange winning. I could probably bring that out to the track for her.
I'll bet she could get it.
I think she made a comment earlier, said something about making my spaghetti noodles thing. It's like a pasta salad kind of thing.
Yeah.
I always stop by the scales and eat that. So thanks, Cheryl. Well, I'll trade you a sticker for some of that. Congratulations.
Make extra because I'll be there, Cheryl.
Oh, that's true, yeah. So there you go. That's our win. If you didn't win, you can always order one of these Hammer Down Racing Report window stickers, courtesy of DCR Graphics, from DCR Graphics. It's called the number at the bottom of the screen. It'll roll by there eventually. So congratulations, Cheryl. that's going to do it for this edition of the Hammer Down Racing Report. Again, if you want to help out, sponsor any of the Hammer Down clashes, the Fremont Dirt Trucks versus the Oakshade Superstocks, get a hold of me. Get a hold of Ron.
Pick a track. Pick the series.
Pick any dollar amount you want.
Yeah.
Pick whatever position you want it to go to. You can do that, or we can spread it out. Again, thanks to Victory Fuel for coming on board as a presenting sponsor for all 4 races: Oakshade, Fremont, Millstream, and Sandusky. And also, don't forget a case of Victory Fuel going to the winner of each of those races. So
I'm kind of excited about the Sandusky race.
why?
That's just a little change of pace.
It's different?
That's all.
Well, there's some people that aren't very excited about running on the asphalt, but
You are.
I could go either way. Means I have to make changes, and I don't like to work. Work sucks, but I'll be there because it's fun. And I like Chris Mize. He's a nice guy.
That's it.
Thanks to associate producer Dave Kemmer, contributors John Young, Dean Henry, Bob Stazak. Make sure to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report. Follow us on X at Hammer Report. Make sure to follow us on YouTube as well. You can listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Check us out at HammerdownRacingReport.com. More information on the Hammerdown Clashes on the website there as well. And, Hammerdown Army drivers, make sure to submit your results each week by 3 p.m. on Thursday, if you can. That's it. Thanks to our sponsors, DCR Graphics, Dominator Race Products, Oakshade Raceway, Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dippin' Motorsports, Magic Moment Entertainment, and Victory Fuel. Thanks to our guests this week, Rusty Smith, Jamie Miller, Noah Wagner. Next week on the show is not what I have written there. I believe we're going to have Devin Moran on, and then the week after that, we'll be talking to Caleb Henry, winner.
Sound like a couple of good shows, Scott.
Yeah. Checking with Devin. We haven't talked to Devin in a while since he left Ty Torg racing there. That number 9 went over to the 99 car. So looking forward to that. We'll have that next week. Back live again, 7 o'clock on Thursday. Hope to see you there. And with that, we're out of here. You're gonna go get some pizza?
Probably.
And if you want to vote for us or nominate us for the Best of Toledo,
go for it.
Go for it. Or keep an eye on our X page, because I'll put up a poll to see if we're going to push that or not. I mean, there's nothing we can do to stop you from nominating us.
We might as well. Yeah, Scott, we're going to do it.
I'm still putting up the poll.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, we'll see you next week.
That just makes it easier for our listeners.
All right, bye-bye. We're leaving.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.